Hey guys, it's me Pinky. Today I want to talk about the new commander Cassana, where I think a lot of people, when they look onto the commander, think she's kind of weak. And I understand where the thought comes from, especially if you compare it to the other two, Sarara and Vorian, because both of them I think are stronger commanders individually. I do disagree though on saying she's always weak, but I think she's worth as a single commander than a lot of other commanders. And yeah, let's just look into the commander and go over why other commanders might be better. So this here is Cassana with 50% cavalry health increased, with 25% total attack increased, and with 15% increased damage with enemy spearmen. Overall, same stats as the other two new commanders, just for caps. Of course, if you awaken them, it's like 24% cavalry damage with the spearmen. It's like 40% total attack, and it's like, I think, 110% cavalry health. Of course, all very good like stats, and especially the like spearman damage combined with the less damage from Zenel helps you a lot against spearmen that are, let's call it, weaker than you, to make sure that you win against them. I don't think this helps you to win against people on your level that are just missing Sarara and you have Cassana, just because weakness still counters the females too good. As always, the most interesting part is the awakening skill, and here I kind of understand why people think the commander is worth than Sarara and Vorian. It's at the start of the battle. Cassana performs prayer for 2 seconds, during which all the females are under silence. This part is very simple. It just prevents her to work with Salma, which in my mind is the first downside of the commander, because Vorian and Rhea, for example, work pretty good with each other. So let's say you're an info count with just one premium commander, you get Vorian, and you can just cycle something out. On your free pick, you just take the worst commander out, and then you have with Rhea and Vorian, two commanders that work pretty well together. And here the problem with Cassana is, of course, in order to not make females even stronger in the first second than they already are with Daenerys and Salma, you prevent Cassana to work with Salma. I understand this in logic, but let's say you are a normal cavalry female account and your lineup looks like this, for example, and you get Cassana, then you kind of have to cycle out Salma, or you just leave Salma in for the stats but have no awakening effect and take something else out, which all does not really feel too great. Then after the prayer, the active skill cooldown of all these female commanders decreased by 2 seconds. This is kind of cool because you make one active skill cast more than without her. Normally you make 4 attacks, like 1 in the first second, 111, 121 and 130, and with this all your like skill attacks move a bit more forward, which helps you to stack Zenel sooner if you have her, which also is good with the disarming effects, because they you get the larger window of disarms with for example Cersei. Also, because you attack later with the first second, your disarming effect will actually hit something, and when you disarm someone with Cersei in the first second, when they finally start to attack, the disarming already is kind of gone, because normally you attack in like the 6th second or something for the first time, and then your disarm is already gone. And basically this means your damage goes up by 20% from your active skill cast. And yes, if you have Cersei, great, you get more wildfires. If you have something like Daenerys, you can disarm more people, even more so because her disarm goes very long and she attacks a lot more often now and can disarm a lot more people. As I said, Zenel will stock faster, but when you don't have these expensive commanders, kind of, okay, Arya profits from this because her death mark will charge up higher. Okay, I get this, but here's a bit the point. If you look onto Vorian with all the stuff he brings and compare this to just 2 seconds faster female attacks and a bit better second one attack than Salma has, then I kind of understand why people think this commander is not as powerful. Additionally, allied female commanders immediately cast active army skill one time on enemies in the front column. Damage coefficient 200%, reduced by 50% for each additional target hit. If you have a 4 proc, your damage will just go down with every hit. First time you will hit with like double the damage instead of 150%, which would be a maxed Salma main hand. You just hit with 200%, but then your damage goes down and down and down. So your 4th attack, if you do it, will do less damage than a normal attack. Overall, I think the commander is very strong if you are already maxed out, because you will have more wildfire procs from Cersei, you will have more disarm uptime and more disarm in general, but it doesn't really help you against your counter. It doesn't really is that impactful alone. Like, I think Cersei is still the best, like, kind of female commander, and getting Zanelle to withstand spears better, especially if you have premium commanders but the other spear doesn't have premium commanders, then getting Zanelle, for example, will help you a lot. I don't see Cassana being that important to people that decide who is their first cavalry commander to max, like Vorian is or Sarara is. Like I said, Vorian and Rhea work very well together, but if you take Cassana, then your Salma is kind of useless. Even Sarara and Drake both heal. Drake's heal is not a lot, I get that, but Sarara has some kind of holds for weakness, where the weakness attacks will disappear, and if you have both commanders, you will have more weakness. And here you can't really combine Cassana with commander she replaces, sadly, and I think overall, yeah, she's just a bit weaker for non-maxed cavalry counts than the other two. Of course, if you max them out, like 20% more active army skill, sooner female attacks, sooner Zanelle proccing, more wildfire, more disarm, all very valid arguments to say the commander is insanely strong. But if you are not maxed, you are missed the other commanders, then I kind of get why people are disappointed with Cassana.